Predicting PSG's FC25 ratings. Starting off with Randall Flop Mwani, who didn't have a great season, so he will get a downgrade. Next is Vitinha, who had an amazing season, so he will go up to an 84. The youngster Zaire Emery will go up to 80 overall after a great season, but Ousmane Dembele will get a downgrade after a mid-season. Finally, Bradley Barcola will go up to 80 overall. Predicting Chelsea's FC25 ratings. Starting off with Chelsea's highest-rated player, which will probably be Cole Palmer. I have given him an upgrade of 19 to an 85 overall. Nkunku has been injured most of the season, but I can't see him maintaining an 86 rating. Jackson has been really underrated in his stats, so I have made him 80 overall. Lukaku is probably leaving Chelsea, but I have given him the same rating. Same with Armando Broja. Milkailo Mudryk and Madueke will both get small upgrades. Sterling will get downgrade to 81. Chelsea's new signing Dewsbury Hall has been great in the championship, so he will definitely get an upgrade. Haaland worst nightmare. Cucurella has been class for Spain and will definitely get an upgrade. However, Chilwell will probably get a downgrade. Kepa is still technically a Chelsea player, but he has been a shit show for Real Madrid. Predicting Man United's FC25 ratings. Firstly, Kobbie Mainoo had an amazing breakout season for United and even broke into the England team. I expect him to get an upgrade to 80 overall. Next up is the fidget spinner Antony, who had a horrendous season. He will go down to 78 overall. Next up is Casemiro, who had a pretty mediocre season. I can't see him being 89, so he will go down to 86. Next is Marcus Rashford, who felt like he went invisible this season, so he will get a downgrade. Finally, Garnacho had a decent first half of the season, so he will be 80 overall. Predicting Juventus's FC25 ratings. Firstly, Vlahovic had a pretty decent season in the Serie A, so I think he will get a small upgrade. Next is the new signing Douglas Luiz, who left the Farmers League from Villa. He had an amazing season. I can see him getting a huge upgrade to 84. Next is Chiesa, who had a mediocre season for his standards, so he will stay at 84. Next is Bremer, who had a decent season, so he will get a small upgrade. Finally, Soulé had an amazing loan spell at Frosinone, so he will get a huge upgrade to 79 overall. Predicting Barcelona's FC25 ratings. Starting off with Lewandowski, who had a decent season, but I can't see him staying at 90 overall. For Lamine Yamal's first FIFA card, I think he will get an 81 overall after a pretty decent Euros. Gundogan had a decent season for Barca as well, so he will stay at 86. But for Pedri, he will get a small downgrade, and Frankie de Jong will also get a downgrade. Predicting Crystal Palace's FC25 ratings. Starting off with Easy, he had an amazing season for Palace, and even got called up for Euros, so I think he will go up to 82 overall. Next is Mark Guehi, who had a decent season for Palace, and even became an England starter, so he deserves an 81 overall. Next is Mateta, who had an amazing end to the season, so he will go up to 80 overall. Anderson also had a decent season, so he will be 80 overall, I think. And finally, Munoz had an amazing run in the Copa America and was a decent player for Palace, so he will be 79 overall.